One thing I never see people talk about when it comes to the Deltarune community is the gameplay of Deltarune. Like, we all know the story and the music of the game are highlights, among other things like the characters, and in my personal opinion, the entire aesthetic of the Dark Worlds, because they look like they're based off of Dark Lights. You know, the colors, Chris is blue, human skin is blue when you put it under a dark light. But the gameplay? Well, I wouldn't lie to you if I said I didn't used to replay the game just to fight Javeler Spamton back when waiting for Chapter 3 to release. Ah, those were the days. Thankfully, Chapters 3 and 4 are released now, so I don't have to do that anymore. So anyways, there must have been something good if that was my only way of entertaining myself back in the day. Well, I'll tell you. But I won't tell you the entire picture, I'll only tell you about, as you might have guessed from the title and the thumbnail of this video, the game mechanic also known as bullet grazing! So, why is bullet grazing so amazing, you might be asking? Well, it's because it offers a natural evolution to Undertale's core bullet hell gameplay by adding a risk-reward system. I mean, risk-reward systems are fucking awesome. You either risk it for the biscuit, or sit around doing nothing all day like a sack of shit. And I mean, let me explain it to you. Undertale's a bullet hell game. In bullet hell games, you're supposed to avoid the bullets. But grazing incentivizes the opposite by getting close to bullets to get those juicy TP points. Hey, did I mention that having more TP at the end of the battle gives you more dark dollars? And also TP is used to cast spells. So yeah, pretty important stuff, Another way to get TP, since I started the question of TP, is to defend, or to use TP items. But most of the time that's just wasting a turn. Like, there are some rare cases where that's the only way you can get TP, like the Titan fight, for example. But otherwise, no. You gotta graze, because that's gonna get you a pay raise. But also, it's just fucking cool. I mean, it's a fucking style point mechanic, if anything. However, there are some other benefits to grazing. Like, for example, it affects how long the turns last. So, for example, if you're about to get hit by an attack, clutch up and not get hit by that attack, because look at you were grazing, higher turn, and congratulations, that reduced the amount of time that the turn takes. Now that I've explained why it's such an awesome mechanic and why it works so well in Deltarune, now let's dive into how it affects your equipment. Now, in Deltarune there are some accessories that give you special stats, like for example the Deal Maker from Spamton giving you plus 30% cash, and also a resistance to cat/cyber attacks, I think it was, I forgot. And obviously with grazing being a core mechanic of the game, there are some accessories for it. For example, the pink ribbon, the twin ribbon, the silver watch, the tension bow, and, last but not least, the lodestone. Now, the pink ribbon and the twin ribbon, they used to be frickin' overpowered, giving you a graze area that is 44% bigger or 56.25% bigger, respectively. 44 for the pink and 56 for the other. Now, as of the release of Chapters 3 and 4, Toby Fox has decided to nerf those suckers. Now, the pink ribbon reduces your TP gain by 20% and the twin ribbon by 25%. But that's really not that big of a deal, because the bigger the hitbox, the more bullets you're going to graze. So you're going to get more TP either way. Overall, I think these two items are pretty solid. I would recommend them. They're also pretty useful against the Knight, which you can probably see on screen right now. Now, what about the other items? The silver watch gives graze time, which is an effect that makes grazing effect turns 10% more. Which means, for example, let's say you don't clutch up usually. Now you're 10% more likely to. Well, I don't know really the math behind it, but something like that. As for the tension bow and lodestone, they increase TP gain by 10% and 5% respectively. Pretty good fucking items. And with these pieces of armor, you can get a pretty cheeky setup, letting you farm insane amounts of TP to use for root busters or heal prayers. As I'm sure you all know, that's like the main strategy for the Roaring Knight fight. If you've seen Shay's video, the no-hit guide, it's always like graze, root buster the knight, and then you'll eventually beat him. Alternatively, you could use the silver watch to get short attacks, but that's up to you, man. That's up to you. You gonna steal from Noel? Hey, don't be a petty thief now, buddy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as any YouTuber would say, like, subscribe, and comment for me to get those juicy algorithm points. And really, thank you for watching to the end. Like, that means a lot to me. Not only does it boost me in the algorithm, but it also means that you care. So you're a real one. Anyways, peace out. Have a nice one. Good rest of your day, evening, night, whatever. I just hope you're feeling alright because you spent your time watching me.